Everybody knows about the LA fires. Whole city's been wiped out. The Altadena Crips, they lost their whole hood. That's crazy. Families losing their homes. You got celebrities losing their homes. People got nowhere to go. It's a complete state of emergency. And what do we see? Landlords raising the rent by as much as up to 124%.
What's that dude that been calling people out?
124%.
Y'all know who I'm talking about? The dude got on the phone. God, I gotta look it up.
No, I saw that.
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know his name. That's what I was gonna get to.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of videos of just last year. Let's say the house was for rent in one of them nice areas, $4,200. I seen one was listed for $5,500 last year, like last March.
A month, right?
A day after the fire, they jacked the price up to 85%. Mind you, the law, you can only increase 10%.
Yep.
So the dude calls and goes, "Hey, I'm calling for your price gouger." "Oh, what you mean price gouger?" It was an Asian lady. Said, "Yeah, I see you got this listed for $8,500. Just last year you had it listed for $55,000. Her reasoning for jacking the price up down to $4,000 was we furnished it. It wasn't furnished before.
What the fuck you
So
talking
us
about?
putting a couch, a lamp, and a TV allows us to raise the rent damn near up to $10,000 a day after the fire. No, you know people are out of a home. They have nowhere to go. The hotels is filling up.
Supply and
People
demand.
are looking for places to rent to figure out their damn life. Supply and demand. And y'all jacking the price up uncontrollably. These are the same people who voted against the rent control so they can do shit like this. Your fellow American is in a crisis, whole home burned down, they damn near died in the fire, and the first thing people think to do is to jack up the rent thousands of dollars. Same fucking people who sit there all day long and complain about the politicians being corrupt. Complain about, oh, they sending money to Ukraine, but your fucking neighbor, you're gonna raise the rent $5,000 on their ass so you could get some more income. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. You can't complain about the politicians fucking over the people when you fucking over your neighbor on a smaller scale.
I would have told that bitch, hey, take all that shit out. I'll move in with nothing in there.
For real?
Take all that shit out.
They even said what she did was against the law though. So the nigga ended up checking her and she like, oh, I'm gonna change it.
No, she said, I'm gonna take it down.
Yeah,
and that's
so
because,
basically, but yeah, she had raised it too much. And if you don't know your laws, the dude ended up knowing this shit and ended up basically checking her. She knew she was in it wrong. Then they're finna get booked for that shit.
Yeah.
And they've been doing that for a long time. I'm sure there's apartments because I think after a certain, or if they're made before a certain time, they're not able to increase the rent. I know apartments that increase the rent even when their apartment complexes are old. So landlords, they have to figure out a way to make it more of a structured thing because these people are really just opportunists. A lot of them too is in a red or in a negative, and they're using your rent to pay their rent. Yep. So it's like at this point in time, let me raise it up 110% because now I gotta pay more, so I'm gonna make you pay more. These niggas ain't even really settled in, but they have the illusion of that because they own a complex or they own a couple of homes.
The law was 10%. The law need to be 0. In a state of emergency, it should be illegal for people to jack up the price. These people are already out of bread. They already lost everything. Most Americans don't even have $1,000 in savings for an emergency. Most people are check to check. They're one check away from being homeless. So how in the fucking state of emergency, you're gonna allow homeowners to jack up the price? Mind you, whatever you're paying for rent, you're already paying for where they stay. So you're paying for their mortgage and a little on top because that's how they make the money. But most people, the state that we in now, the economy that we in now, you just paying for their mortgage and then their job is the free money that they could use to live, invest, or whatever. That's one of the benefits of being a homeowner and having a property to rent out. So what they're looking at is, well, shit, I could take this opportunity and now I can make more profit. I could get money from my job. I could get money from the tenant to pay for my mortgage and use the extra money that I'm jacking up the price on as another form of income, like having 2-3 jobs.
And they're probably thinking like these people are coming down from the Palisades, Altadena. they're in a turmoil or in distress where they're just going to pay whatever because they need a place. So let's jack it up. Most people probably aren't going to look into the laws, and we'll get them in, sign the contract. At that point, it's over with. You done signed the dotted line. You're cooked.
So to me, is there any possibility of gaining any type of power without becoming corrupt? Because when you're on the opposite end of the spectrum of the power, meaning you don't have none, now you want to fight the power. And time again, we see the second that they get in power, all that shit go out the window because now they got the perks. Just think about your job. If you ever been in a union and had one of your union fucking buddies or your union brothers go onto the side of management, what happens?
They change.
They flip the switch and change like they never was in the union. This motherfucker could have been here for 40 years, going to negotiation after negotiation, fighting the company. Oh, we for the people. The second they get in management, they start stepping on the fucking union. The same union they was just in. They own co-workers, your union brothers. They get to the management side, and it's like they become a robot. They forgot all about the 40-year struggle. Why? Because shit, I got the power now. I ain't worried about that. So I really don't believe you're gonna gain power without some form of corruption. It's like the yin and the yang. It comes with being a human in a sense.
Because you have to benefit yourself.
But like we say, perception is reality. Are they really corrupt? All they doing is jacking up prices.
That's corrupt, nigga.
Yeah, you can
come on, man. That's corrupt.
Okay,
man.
you can say what you want. It ain't corrupt, nigga. I got the choice in my house to jack up the price whatever the fuck I want. If you lost your shit, that's on you. That's how they looking at it. It ain't necessarily corrupt, nigga. They don't give a fuck when inflation go up and fucking cheese be $10. Niggas don't be saying that's corrupt. When the food prices be skyrocketed and shit.
Okay, let's look at the definition of corruption. Corruption is dishonest behavior by those in positions of power, such as managers or government officials. And it says, what does it say? Because I want to get the exact definition. A form of dishonesty or criminal offense that is undertaken by a person or organization that is entrusted in a position of authority to acquire illicit benefits or abuse of power for one's gain. That's the exact definition of corruption.
I wasn't dishonest. If you see my price set at $8,000, then my shit is $8,000.
This is where it's dishonest.
But that's where it's dishonest at the time of need, bro. Like with the finances
The
part,
law
bro.
is-
People without what's going on right now, people are still in a time of need in California. The prices are still too high. We just seen something where they said you need to make how much to be getting a damn 2-bedroom?
Yeah, this is where it becomes dishonest. The law states you can only go up a maximum 10%. And you jacked it up 124%.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What the fuck are
crazy.
you talking about,
Yeah,
nigga? That's the
crazy.
definition of corruption.
Hey.
And when you get called out on it,
So-
I take it down.
I see where you get at. Dez is like this. It's my property. I can do what I want with it. You get what I'm saying? Either be happy with it or get the fuck on. That's where Dez is coming at with it. But again, when you doing a job like being a management company, your job is to serve the people. We all know what it is. Yeah, you gonna make some money off of it. But let's just be realistic, bro. 128% is ridiculous.
Let's think about this, though. There's laws in place to prevent that type of corruption, because without the laws, it's chaos.
It is.
So in a sense, we have to have laws, or it's lawlessness. Because it's going to go from, well, you feel in your perception, it's all right to jack it up 124%. Well, in my perception, it's cool for me to come blow your fucking head off for playing with me.
And
I just take your property.
Or what if I move in your property, just don't pay nothing? Now I'm not leaving your house.
Exactly.
Because if you come in here, I'm going to beat your ass in your own house, and I'm living in here.
Exactly. That's why the law's got to be there.
Yeah.
And that's why it has to be some type of cap on how much you could raise the shit, because it's going to be chaos, bro. Everybody's going to do that. Let's say we take the 10% off. If I got a home and somebody's in the Palisades can afford this, fuck my neighbors.
Yeah, come here.
You on your own, nigga. Go figure it out, because that motherfucker from the Palisades finna come pay $8,500 a month.
Yeah.
You're actually seeing that in places like Mexico now, where there's people from America going there because they work remote, and so they're jacking up the prices like crazy over there. And then the regulars that live there, they're starting to not even be able to afford what's around there because there's so many Americans at the cafes and bars and all that shit. And now people are jacking up the prices that own places there, and they own people can't even live.
Laws, I agree with you saying it'd be chaos without the laws, but it's still people that operate, that create the laws, that live above the law. And they do that just to keep control and keep shit running how they want it to, even regardless, because they can wake up tomorrow and say, okay, you can jack it up 100%. Then niggas gonna say, well, the law say you can jack it up, and niggas ain't gonna be complaining about it. It's just gonna be, they gonna complain and it's gonna go back to normal if they choose to make it above 10%.
And that's low-key true, because we look at shit like the bird flu. Like, all of a sudden eggs are $15. To me, it should just be less eggs, not more expensive to buy eggs.
Well, that's what goes. But for supply and demand, though, you got to realize, when if all of them contaminate, the ones that's good to sell, they're going to raise the prices up.
Right.
Why?
That's why gold is at the price that it's at. Because if something is less accessible, it's less of it, is more valuable.
Mm-hmm.
So they create these imaginary shortages to jack up the price. Oh, bird flu, all the chickens is dying and shit. It's less eggs. Okay, $13 a carton. When the eggs was just $2.99 a carton.
Yeah.
What about Black Friday? They do the same thing there at that time.
Exactly.
They'll lower the price or make it seem like it was cheaper than what.
They wasn't even lowering the prices. They was putting the damn price tag red
Turn
from
the
white
6
to
to a 9.
red.
Turn that
There you
motherfucker
go.
around. Here you go.
Nah, but I think what what he's saying is if it's his property, he can do what he wants. But you got to create laws to have some type of peace, because after a while, it will be a few. I'm not saying all of them would do that, but I do believe some people will be like, well, y'all gonna make it so unfair, then fuck it, and I'm going all out.
I think everybody would do that, though. Let's keep it.
Not
If they
everybody.
had the ability to.
Not everybody.
probably.
No, I don't think everybody would, but the ones who really have something to lose, like I think a lot of the men of the family, like head of households, they go be like, nah, my family can't be homeless.
But this is why I say absolute power corrupts absolutely. Because once you are in the position of getting the benefits, you no longer care about the results of the system. The ones that's struggling, you're not struggling. So there's no care there.
Yeah.
No one gives a fuck. This is why when I be talking to black people, I keep telling y'all stop looking for these goddamn politicians to fix your community. They don't care. They don't come from it. They don't got to live it. They don't got to deal with it. Why would they give a fuck? So
And
your
how do you-
answer can't be, we need to vote for the 70-year-old white man. We need to vote for the 65-year-old woman. They don't live what you live. Yeah. They in completely a whole nother space in life, strictly from the age gap. Just think about us. We from the hood. We're not even in the same space that we were when we were teenagers. We look at life way different now.
Mm-hmm.
So how you know what I'm saying? It's
And
just
are you
completely
even,
different.
Are you even able to please everybody if you
can't.
are in charge?
No.
So how do you do something or put a blanket policy or whatever the case is over everything that's going to please everybody?
Well, you have to be willing to accept the fact that you can't please everybody. You got to be the villain at some point where you have to realize, like, you can't save everybody. Y'all talked about this, about the gangbanging thing. You can't take everybody. You can't please everybody. So at some point, you got to think what's going to help the masses of which you feel like is good, because we all know that's subjective. But you can't save everybody. You have to be willing to say, like, man, look, I can't help everybody, but I can do the best I can, what I can provide.
That's just gonna be the way of the world. Somebody lost is gonna be somebody gain every fucking time. It ain't right, like you said, as far as when it comes to that type of shit, but that's just how it's gonna be.
Man,
And
listen.
niggas might gotta start riding and start tripping over shit.
But then that's how we go that's how they go prejudge us harder, because it's what you just said. It's gonna be the niggas.
Man,
it's gonna be
get
the
I
ones
the
ain't
who
saying
businesses.
just niggas. I'm just saying people in general.
Nah, get the
even
businesses,
the Palisades
bro.
people. You got a lot of people leaving, going out the country, ready to leave. It's like, nigga, fuck it. They might as well set the purge up.
Man, this nigga crazy, man.
See what I'm saying? That's why we got laws. I mean, the purge was to happen, man.
Man, listen, bro. Really just sit and think. We pay every 30 days to live on a planet we didn't actually
28
be on.
next month.
28. Just really,
I'm just saying.
no, just really think about it. You go to work every day, and it's to give your money away every 30 days on a planet that was here before we were. The people you're handing your money to, the planet was here before they were thought of. But you gotta go slave every 30 days to pay them.
Damn.
How insane is that in itself? Let's just say, okay, rent is a thing, mortgage is a thing. Where did every 30 days come from? You don't get a chance to breathe. It's like, okay, every 90 days.
Yeah, every
Stack
30
your
days,
money up
huh?
for 2 months, and then that third month, you pay your mortgage, pay your rent. Stack your money up for 2 months, that third month, pay your mortgage, pay your rent. So that way, at least the work you're doing, you can see benefits of it. Now you got bread for emergencies, to take your kids on vacation, to do something nice for your wife or your husband.
It seemed like the economy, if it would be able to do that. People would have more access to money and do more things.
But think about it. If you had that extra 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you might work less. You might take another trip. You might call
But
out.
you're still spending money though, regardless of the fact. Even if you stay at home and don't go to work, you still got to go get gas. Like you're still going to be spending money.
But the sense of urgency decreases. And so I feel like that's what they want to keep us under, is that sense of urgency.
Like a fear of like, if I don't pay it.
I have to,
but it's still gonna be money spent though. I mean, regardless of the fact, even if you're sitting at home not doing nothing, you still have to. It's gonna be lights running. It's gonna be TV. You know what I mean? You're still gonna be spending money.
Studies show, fact proven, a happy employee produces more at work. So where was that? Denmark, where they lowered the work week to 4 days, and work increased by like 160%. The results went up. It's like, shit, I got this extra day of free time to get my mental health right. Now I'm actually happy to come back into work. As opposed to, I only got 2 days off and now I'm dreading coming into work. Just that one extra day boosts working morale by like 150%.
And then you look at the every 30 days, right? And with the advancement of these digital banks, and you might not even get your money. You look at Capital One right now, niggas ain't even, they not even paying niggas. They've been down for 5 days, and all they didn't put 2 tweets up. Oh, we gonna get back to y'all. We gonna get back to y'all when we figure it out. Niggas got
people money is on
buy
hold.
formula, all type of shit.
So if somebody was getting paid, their money is on hold. They can't access
they can't get it right now.
Oh,
people can't get it. They started releasing the deposits right now, and this comes at the same exact time that they just got sued for that $2 billion lawsuit.
Talk about it.
Because of the pretty much they capped the interest rates. They promised us a higher interest rate on our 360 savings account, but they really capped it. And they never told us. So for years and years and years, we haven't been gaining the interest that we thought we were on our savings.
Corruption.
Capital One swindled savings account holders out of billions in interest income. Billions. And this is what we talked about on the last episode. These white collar crimes nobody looks at.
Nope.
We got the police hounding people in fucking poverty who's trying to make an extra buck to keep the damn lights on. Meanwhile, these banks are swindling billions from the people who got to go to work just to pay them every 30 days.
It's crazy.
And what's going to happen to the bank? What's going to happen to the owners? What's going to happen to the people who are responsible for this? Nothing.
They might lose some people, but what they'll do is rebrand, just like Wells Fargo did, just like Bank of America did. Get a different logo on a debit card, and humans will be like, all right, they did something, they changed.
So this is what
they're taking billions from people, and they got the nerve to not be wanting to give people extra $200 on their credit card.
Crazy.
It says the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has filed a $2 billion lawsuit against Capital One, alleging that the bank deceived millions of customers with their savings account offerings. The federal watchdog's allegations paint a picture of a calculated scheme that goes far beyond typical bank marketing tactics. The CFPB claims that Capital One used 2 similarly named products, 360 Savings and 360 Performance Savings, to create a 2-tier system where existing savings account customers were purposely given a dramatically lower interest rate than one marketed to new customers. By actively keeping 360 saving customers in the dark about the much higher interest rates offered by the 360 performance savings accounts, the agency alleges that the bank attracted new customers without paying existing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Without paying existing debts to the interest rate that were promised. This shit looked crazy. The pop-up popped up.
It's like with a new nigga coming, you like, what you make an hour? He tell you some astronomical number. You like, the fuck, nigga, I don't make that.
Capital One vigorously rejected the claims, blase blah. Yeah, so they was scamming like a motherfucker.
The jargon, just the 360 performance to the 360, like that little bit alone nobody wouldn't even know the difference.
And that's what people got to understand too. Like with the Capital One situation, with digital banking, all this hacking shit going on, even though cash is, not necessarily maybe looked at as the best thing, it still can be king at the end of the day. You got to keep some money in your mattress and your sock because these digital banking systems are going to be prone to these hacking or whatever you want to call it, where you're not going to get your money. And this has happened with damn near every bank.
And that's facts. And they can whoop you anytime they want.
Anytime.
You can wake up one day and whole account be cleared.
Because they're leveraging your money in the bank to make more money. That's what they're doing with it.
Brief intermission. To the websites, please stop the pop-ups. You be in the middle of an article invested to read the rest, sign up with your email. Like, bro, stop with the pop-ups. Every time I'm trying to read something, the damn ad
that make you not even want to pop up wherever you selling. I don't even want it now.
Like LA Times and shit.
Nigga. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, man, this type of shit goes unchecked. People don't care.
And then when somebody like Luigi going and pop somebody, everybody want to act like it's crazy. But y'all playing with regular people that work hard for their money and they deserve it. You know what I mean? And y'all should work around the clock to get shit fixed. Somebody should have rang that CEO's neck and forced them to get that shit fixed. You know what I mean? Before Martin Luther King Day even come. Some
Okay.
people gonna be out of money till Tuesday.
No, that's a
Wednesday.
fact. That's a fact.